Ladies and gentlemen, I've got a treat for you tonight. This man's got an incredible story to tell. I know he will move your heart and stimulate your mind. Please put your hands together and welcome to the stage, Charles West! Yeah, buddy. All right, welcome.
Wow, I'm so honored to be here. My name is Charles West, and I live in New York City, and I would like to talk to you about befriending your fear. And this comes from the bridging portion of the Dream Builder program, and why this should matter, why this does matter to every single one of you here, is because, you know, there's those moments when we're in the midst of our growth, and that fear bubbles up to the surface. And just as we're about to grow, that fear wants to take us back to our old paradigms, and it stops us dead in our tracks. So I want to share a little personal story with you. And if you would go back with me to August of just 2016, I developed a tiny little hernia as a result of an accident. And, you know, I'm accustomed to taking really good care of myself, so I took immediate action. And within 3 days, I was on the operating table with Dr. Sugiyama, who was the chief of surgery of the hospital in Brooklyn. And I felt like so grateful because I knew that I was in really, really good hands with Dr. Sugiyama. So I'm coming out of anesthesia, and Dr. Sugiyama is standing beside my hospital bed, looking rather grim. And he takes a deep breath and says, Mr. West, Charles, I was not able to perform the hernia repair as we had discussed because, well, when I entered your navel with a laparoscopic camera, I witnessed a growth on your liver about the size of a lemon. And I took a biopsy, and I removed about 1 liter of fluid from your abdomen, and I sent it to the labs, and it'll take a few days to get the results from that. He could see that I was in shock, of course, and so he kindly excused himself after saying, and please, if you have any questions at all, I'm right here. I'm right outside the curtain. But, he knew that he just needed to leave me with this shocking information. Have any of you ever been in a period of your life where you were dealing with something completely unexpected and you didn't know what to do? So in that moment, what I did was I was genuinely authentic with my emotional process, and I bawled my face off. And I wore out the Serenity Prayer, and I bawled my face off. I cried and I prayed and I cried and I prayed for I don't even know how long, but when it was all washed away, what I found underneath all of that was a deeper level of faith than I ever knew was there. And I found that because for the 12 years prior to that, I'd been making massive deposits into what I call my spiritual bank. From every single prayer I'd ever said, every meditation I'd ever done, everything. Because of all of those deposits I'd made, that day I was able to make massive withdrawals from my spiritual bank. And every single one of you can do that too when you walk out of this door, when you're dealing with befriending your fear. You can do that as well. Thank you.
Charles West, ladies and gentlemen. Give him some love.
Thank you.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Powerful.